all data points to the fact that if you outsource the raising of your children, especially when they're young,
you can't just stand there and say all data. You actually have to cite it.
Cite any data that shows.
Say that.
Cite any data ever that shows that you outsourcing the care of your child is good for the child. Any. Yeah, that's right. Nothing.
Andrew Wilson takes down a fired-up feminist in this heated debate on Piers Morgan Uncensored Live. The two go back and forth, but Andrew doesn't just argue, he brings up facts, and it absolutely sets her off. And the moment he brings up the impact of single motherhood on kids and society, this woman completely loses it. And you could tell she can't handle the truth, especially when Andrew backs it up with real data. She tries to shout over him, but it doesn't work, and Andrew stands firm and shuts it all down. So let's get into this clip where Andrew Wilson completely exposes the truth, and this feminist just can't handle it, live on Piers Morgan Uncensored.
They don't. There's no facts. Listen, lady, there are no facts
That is not true.
There are no facts on planet Earth that back up that single mother households have better outcomes. That's one. Two, that outsourcing your hang on. Let me finish. Lady, if you outsource the raising of your children, you're already making yourself a single mother, just so you know. Here's what's going on. Just so that you understand.
Are you a single father because your wife raises your children for you?
Lady.
Excuse me, don't call me lady.
Can you let me finish? Can anybody finish a point? Can anybody finish a point? Or
I don't know.
only
Do you have a point?
Are only you allowed to? I'm trying to make one. So
you don't seem to be making a point, Andrew.
If you outsource your children's raising to strangers, answer Rachel's question and tell her how that makes more sense than having the child raised by their own biological mother. Actually answer.
Well, in my case, it makes more sense because I need to make money to pay my bills to raise my child.
But
in many other families, it makes...
What if you depended on your husband's income?
Do you see the problem of how we ended up here?
Now it's my turn to finish. But actually, again, if you knew what you were talking about, if you actually read anything about the data on these things rather than just reaching into your gut for a feeling that feels true to you.
Let's go over the data. Show me the data that shows that if you outsource childcare, it's better.
There was a father in the household.
Let me bring Emily in, because Emily's been, hang on.
There is no statistical data to support the fact that children raised by mothers who work are less happy than children raised by mothers who stay at home.
Yes, there is. There's tons of data.
I would never try and stop Rachel.
There's so much overwhelming data.
That's her choice. That's her choice to do that.
There is so much overwhelming data.
Because that's her choice.
All right, let me bring Emily in. Let me bring Emily in.
Piers knows that.
Emily was trying to say something.
You don't want your daughters and your nieces being forced to stay at home to raise families.
I don't want my kids to be forced to do anything. No, Emily, you wanted to say something.
Yeah, no, I mean, look, I'm not going to argue data with either of you guys. I'm sure you know more than me, but I can say that my father is my hero and the most important person in my life. And if I didn't have him and he wasn't in the household, I don't know where I would be today. And my girlfriends who were raised without fathers in the household, I do see them struggle in different ways when it comes to dating and all these different things. And it's funny because it's like they do make a point. Like if there was a father in the household supporting you, I think a lot of these issues wouldn't be what they are. So I think there's points to both of these things.
Okay, let me ask Andrew.
But supporting in what way?
Is your name Andrew? Anyway, go ahead, Piers.
Yeah, well, Andrew, I was going to ask Andrew, when Rachel said that she does all domestic chores, is there anything you do? I mean, do you put the bins out? Do you the trash out? I mean, what do you do anything?
I don't do shit. That's what I got a wife for.
Maybe a little yard work.
But not only that.
If something breaks or there's yard work, that's about it.
Yeah, cars need repair, something like that. But I'm not going to do household chores. That's what I got married for. I don't want to do household chores. Not only that, on top of that, let's just point a couple things out. She's absolutely wrong. Here's what the stats actually say, that if a child is raised in a two-parent household, they're going to have way better outcomes. And if they have a present mother who's more present with them, they're going to have way better outcomes. Every single data point backs this up. The outsourcing of children to public school, especially for 8 hours a day, is absurd. Stop. Let me finish the point. Let me finish the point, and then you can respond. Let me finish the point.
I've got to say, Clementine, for someone who doesn't like being interrupted, you interrupt a lot.
Why is it that you won't let me finish the...
This right here, guys, is exactly the problem with modern feminism. These women will deny reality right to your face just to protect their belief system, even when the evidence proves them wrong, like Andrew Wilson pointed out here. And I've seen the same thing. The facts are just overwhelming. And kids who grow up in a two-parent household with a present mom and dad do so much better in life. But if you grow up in a single mother home, you're more likely to end up in jail, poor, struggling with mental health, or dealing with serious life issues. And that truth is just backed up by data. And Andrew made another great point. We've basically handed over parenting to the state. Strangers who don't know or don't care about your kids are the ones raising them now, and that's not how it should be. This feminist in the debate didn't care about any of that. She had no real arguments, just shouting, blaming, and trying to gaslight the conversation. No facts, no logic, just loud, annoying noise. And Andrew Wilson was completely right here, and her refusal to face reality is a big reason why our society is struggling as a whole. And feminists like this, with real influence and a loud voice, are spreading these harmful ideas, and it's hurting families, relationships, and the next generation. And that's the sad part. They just don't even seem to care. Let me know what you guys think about this in the comments, and if you agree that women like this are hurting society. And if you guys like this type of content, make sure to go ahead and like the video, comment your thoughts, subscribe to the channel. It would help me out a lot. And let's get back to this clip, guys.
Point.
I got a
So let me
text
finish the
message from your
point.
producer, Piers, telling me to interrupt if I disagreed with anyone.
Yeah,
So
but
take it
can
up
you-
with
Okay,
them.
no, but I
Can
think
you
that
at least let me
what's
finish the
what's
point?
changed since that text message is you've made a point of objecting to being interrupted. So I don't think you can
Yeah,
do
but-
that.
And yet I keep
And
being
then keep
interrupted,
interrupting.
Piers, so
So
that's just the state of play
Why don't
right
you
now.
practice what you
I keep
preach
being
and
interrupted.
don't interrupt Andrew when he's trying to finish his point?
Yeah, so look, I've just finished the point.
Would he make
All
a point? He hasn't made one
Yeah,
yet.
I just did. I made multiple points. All the data points
Well,
are
he's made
against
the
you on
point
this.
that he doesn't respect his
You're
wife
still not,
because he doesn't.
lady.
He
You still
married a
can't
wife
stop
because
talking.
he didn't want to do anything
You still
for
can't stop
himself.
talking, lady. This is why it should say the 19th under that shirt. You cannot even be quiet long enough to hear a counterpoint. Here's the counterpoints. The data you're citing, you don't have any when it comes to outcomes for children, when it comes to outsourcing their raising.
Incorrect.
None.
Incorrect.
No. Show me any that shows that you sending your
So
kids outsourcing.
which data are you
Would
citing?
you stop so that I can finish the
No,
question?
tell me.
I'm trying to
Tell
at
me,
least
cite the
finish the
data.
Tell
question.
you.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. Here's the thing. One more time. All data points to the fact that if you outsource the
incorrect.
raising of your children,
You can't
especially
just
when they're
stand there
young,
and say all data. You actually have
Yeah.
to cite it.
cite
That's not
any
true.
data
All
that
does not
shows
say that.
cite any data ever that shows that you outsourcing the care of your child is good for the child. Any. Yeah, that's
Stephanie
right.
Coontz.
Nothing. You got Stephanie Coontz doesn't say that. You're lying through your
Do
teeth.
you even know who Stephanie Coontz is?
Yes, you mean the
Nobody
feminist
cares
writer?
who Stephanie Coontz is.
The feminist
I have
writer,
the data.
Stephanie
You
Coontz?
don't. You see. You clearly don't even know what you're talking about.
I don't.
I can tell you.
You're not even interested. You're not even interested enough in the topic.
I'm sorry.
You're not even
I'm sorry.
interested enough to
I'm
respect
sorry.
the
Who's
topic
Stephanie
enough.
Coontz? Let's make sure we
that
got it right.
you-
Who's Stephanie Coontz?
Stephanie Coontz is an historian, a
historian.
world-renowned historian into marriage and the structure
And
of the
isn't a
American
feminist,
family.
right? Isn't a feminist? I just want to make sure we're clear.
I have no idea if she's a feminist or not. I know that she's an
Well,
historian.
then why would you try to make a refutation about what I'm saying? Clearly, you don't know enough about the topic. Right? It's silly.
Yeah, guys, just like Andrew Wilson pointed out, this is all projection, plain and simple. And that's what a lot of these modern feminists do. They accuse others of the very same things that they're doing. But the second you flip the question back on them, they've got no answers, just know nothing. All of their talking points fall apart once you hold them to the same standard. It's just a tactic, shame and attack, and that's all they've got. And let's be real, guys. Just imagine being in a relationship with someone like that. You can't even have a calm conversation. She couldn't stay quiet for 5 seconds to let Andrew Wilson finish a sentence. If she acts like that in a debate, imagine how she'd be during an argument at home. It'd be a total nightmare. She clearly isn't interested in honest discussion or sharing ideas. She just wants to shout over people and push her beliefs without even being questioned. Meanwhile, she couldn't back up any of her claims with facts, and yet she expected Andrew Wilson to do all the heavy lifting. And the truth is, a lot of these feminists aren't focused on helping families or children. They're just trying to justify their own choices, no matter the cost to everyone else. Anyways, let me know what you guys think about this topic in the comments, and let me know what you guys think about Andrew Wilson exposing this nonsense, and I'll see you guys on the next topic.